What's good with y'all, Scorps? This is Scorpio Only Tarot. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button if you're digging the energy. It'll be greatly appreciated. If you want to leave a donation, I'm going to have a link in the description box below. This is going to be advice for some people out there that have been dealing with a person or individual that you was in a situation with that somebody couldn't make up their mind and it was in a lot of mental conflict. It finally come through to me as an intuitive message that I'm going to deliver to y'all to help y'all out of a situation. You shouldn't hold this individual or hold any form of resentment towards them, because some people out there do go through things and they do get tortured mentally a lot of times out there. Uh somebody that isn't experienced as much as Scorpio with emotions, etc., and stuff like that. Because as a Scorpio, we know how to process things like that. We know how to express ourselves to the maximum. You know what I'm saying? Without holding anything back, because we don't let pride and ego step in the way. I can speak from experience because a long time ago, whenever I was in this young energy, you know what I'm saying? A long time ago, whenever I was in this young energy, I used to be like that and to push my feelings to the side as if I didn't feel something when in reality I did. That is self-deception in itself. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand where these people are coming from, because they could be being tortured from things from their past mentally, and it's causing a lot of mental confusion and conflict within themselves. And it's going to cause them to be in this very indecisive type of energy, Scar. Okay, so you can't really be mad at somebody like that. You got to understand where they're coming from. Now, if somebody is bouncing in and out of connection because you know for sure that they messing around on you, then yeah, I can understand y'all having anger towards that, etc. But at the same time, if somebody can't make up their mind mentally, they could be mentally conflicted by something, and something that could be going on from their past that could be putting them in this form of confusion and a lot of anxiety. Okay, so y'all got to understand where that individual is coming from. But I'm gonna tell the cross watchers right now, if you're in that type of energy, you must admit to your feelings for what you feel for some type of individual. Because if you continuously run from it, you're just gonna be deceiving yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make things harder on yourself rather than acknowledge for what you really feel. You know what I'm saying? Because whenever we're honest within ourselves, we are also, well, it gives us the capability to be honest with other people. You know what I'm saying? So we won't be in that self-deception energy, because if you're deceiving yourself in any form, you're betraying your soul. That's a fact. And that's where people become disconnected from their heart chakra and their soul, because they are living too much based off the ego and the pride, and not really acknowledging what they really feel deep within. That's what develops a blockage right then and there. It finally intuitively hit me, Scar. So if some of y'all are dealing with a situation like that, to where somebody is not emotionally, that could be the situation. Okay, that could be the situation, which is why they keep pulling away from you. They keep on running and keep on wanting to escape things, but they're not escaping nothing but that own deception. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to keep on running into the same problems over and over and over and over and over mentally. You know what I'm saying? It's going to mentally conflict them. So this message just has hit me out of nowheres, and I figured I'd share my knowledge on that. Try to light this sage, y'all. But yeah, something come through to me strong, Scarp, to just make this video to give y'all some form of advice. If you were dealing with an individual that was kind of closed off, you know what I'm saying? Because I did get the Queen of Cups or whatever, and that message hit me whenever I was looking at the cards. Are still laid out, by the way. And I was looking at these cards right here, just studying them, you know what I'm saying? Because as a tarot reader, that's how you develop more of your intuition. When you sit here and you study the meanings of the cards and you connect with your intuition and you just tap into the energy of the cards. You tap into the energy that's coming off the cards like that, Scott. But what I could say here is, if somebody has been emotionally conflicted in the past, Scott, or somebody is emotionally conflicted all the time, it's because of things that they could be going through from their past that could be emotionally conflicting them for the present moment. Okay, so y'all have to understand that. So if somebody is in this wish-washy energy, they could be being tortured mentally. Okay? They're not processing their emotions correctly, and that right there is dangerous for that individual. Because in order to clip something from its roots, you must face it. You know what I'm saying? You have to face the truth one day in your life. You know, you can't keep running from it, because as a Scorpio, bro, like a lot of people get thrown off by Scorpio because we are expressive. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna express ourselves. We don't give a damn how people feel. But it's not about attacking people. It's about being straightforward, direct, and honest about who we are, how we feel about a situation. And we're not going to be in this wish-washy energy. Maybe the unevolved scarps will be in that energy, but the evolved scarp, we bring a very grounded type of energy to a connection because we know what we're about and we know the truth because we face the truth within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We never run away from past issues. We never run away from things that are bothering us because we're how can I say this? We're straightforward in our approach. We're direct in our approach, and we're going to be blunt and honest about what the hell that we're feeling deep within. You know what I'm saying? That's what gives Scorpio that trustworthy type of vibration that we bring to connections, which is why people can rely on us and not get deceived in the process because Scorpio is honest within themselves. Therefore, they could bring honesty to a connection. Okay? So that right there is a fact about Scorpio. I just figured I'd make this video about advice, to help people out. If they do have a cross watcher out there and you all up in your head and you're mentally conflicted, you're going to have to face those emotions that's buried deep within you. You're going to have to face it. Because as long as you keep on running from it, like if you really feel somebody on a love level and you know that you love that person, but yet your mind is conflicting you and trying to pull you in a whole different direction, you're not connected within yourself. You're connected with the mind, which is making it the greatest enemy of all time. The mind can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. But when you get up in this confused type of energy and you going all over the place up there, that is disconnecting you from what you really feel. Because what you feel is your intuition that's trying to pull you towards somebody's way. I'm telling you, I learned this from experience, okay? Because at one time I was in pride and ego at one time, you know what I'm saying, a long time ago. And I would just push that shit away as I say, oh, I don't really feel that. But in reality, I did. So when I started acknowledging what I really felt, that's what I'm talking about with that energetic shift, Scorpio. When the energy shifts out there, a lot of people may take a long time to evolve and to actually acknowledge things like that. But once they have an energetic shift that surrounds us, it will cause awakening to where we could become aware of what's going on the inside. And when you are aware of what's going on the inside, you pay attention to that feeling, to that drive, to that pull towards a certain direction. That right there is what's going to give you the accurate guidance. Because the mind up here will only conflict you more and more and more and more and more. It will torment you. It will literally sit there and torment you. You will go over and over and over. It's something like an OCD mechanism, obsessive compulsive disorder mechanism that's going to go off in the brain and it's going to keep on spinning. It's a wheel that's going to spin. I had the same exact thing happen to me in my past. It will keep on spinning over and over and over and over and over. And the only way to pull yourself out your mind is when you acknowledge the way you feel on the inside. You start trusting that feeling that's pulling you towards a certain direction because that feeling is your intuition. And the only way to become connected to your intuition is when you give yourself the ability to feel. It's a fact. It's a fact because emotions are part of the intuition. Okay, I'm not saying intuition is a part of emotion. It's kind of hard to explain. It's going to sound contradicting in a way. But emotions do give you the ability to connect with your intuition because that is a form of emotional response, if that makes any sense. Okay? Because it is a feeling. Intuition is a feeling. But we can't explain where it comes from. But the ability, the only way to connect when you're into the only way to connect with your intuition is when you give yourself the ability to feel. And if you can't feel anything, then you're detached. You're not going to have the right direction. But if you have this nudge deep within, I'm talking about deep within, it's time to dig deep within that feeling and acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge it, you will see the truth. Simple as that. Okay? So for some scarps out there that has been dealing with an individual like that, because I had experience on this, okay? And I'm not upset about the situation because now it's coming through to me as a strong intuitive message so I could deliver the message out there to pull other cross watchers out their head. If you're mentally conflicted over a Scorpio, you mentally conflicted over yourself or conflicted over your past pain, and this could go for Scorpios too. If you're emotionally conflicted over something, or not emotionally, but if you're mentally conflicted over something in your past, it's time to acknowledge what the root of the cause is and to clip it completely away from the root. Because if you continuously hold that past and you keep on going over and over and over and over and over in your head, you're just gonna stunt the present moment. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna stunt the present moment, and there's not gonna be no forward movement to where you can literally have a new beginning. It's time for a fresh start. Because what's going on in your head that has nothing to do with reality, because reality is in the present moment. Now, they do indeed have that mechanism. Just like I said, the past only exists in the mind. Okay, and as soon as people can acknowledge this, this is what will pull them into the present moment and to start acknowledging what's really going on around them. They will start acknowledging those feelings that they have for somebody, because it could be stemmed back to a past situation that they went through that was really crucial. Okay, so I'm speaking on my experience. The only way to become honest, the only way to become connected within yourself is when you're honest about the way you feel. Not trying to push it off as I say, oh no, I don't feel nothing, when in reality you do. Because if you feel that feeling deep within, that's feeling. Up here, see, that's where the mind and the heart become conflicted at. Because up here you feeling completely different, but down here, see, up here you can't really feel nothing up here. It's right here in the heart space. Feel things in your heart space. You feel things in your soul right here. You're going to feel a feeling right here in your heart space. But up here, if you have too much action going on up here, it's going to distract you from what's really going on down here. Because we have two minds. We have the gut, we have the brain. The gut is all about that intuition. Okay? So I just figured I'd deliver this advice. It's not going to be a read. I mean, you could consider it as a read. I'm gonna just go based off intuitive message that has come through me through to me very strongly. I don't know why I can't talk right. Maybe it's the energetic shifts out there, but I've had a very strong intuitive message hit me out of nowhere, Scorp. So I figured I'd deliver the message to y'all to help y'all out y'all head, or to the cross watchers that are being mentally conflicted by something from their past. It's time to let the past go and have a new beginning. If you feel Scorpio on that emotional level and you feel that you're being drawn towards that Scorpio's way, it's time to acknowledge it and to stop lying to yourself, because lying to yourself will only create more conflict and create more issues out there. Simple as that, you know. But the only way to become connected to yourself is when you acknowledge what you're feeling instead of push it to the side. Because when you push it to the side, it's just going to keep resurfacing. And you know why it's resurfacing? Because it's your intuition that's kicking in and trying to pull you somewhere. But it's almost like these people are suppressing their intuition by they keep on pushing it and pushing it away. But it's gonna constantly resurface and resurface and resurface and resurface. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only run from something for so long until it just keeps on coming back like that. It's gonna try to surface up. But whenever you're running like that, you're also pushing it down. You're suppressing your intuition. You're suppressing and not acknowledging how you really feel. So this right here could be your worst enemy, or it could be your best friend. Mine is my best friend, because I know how to tune into the brain, the pineal gland, which is the third eye, which is connected to your intuition. I know how to tune into that area to where I don't constantly spin in my head like that, to where I get in my head and I'm mentally conflicted all the time. Because I'm going to tell you right now, that's where you get into the underworld right there, bro. You start thinking about something and you sink so deeply into your thoughts, you're going to get lost in them eventually. And therefore, you lose yourself. It's a fact. You can lose yourself in the darkest part of the brain, which is right here. And it's called the ego. So, now the ego is indeed made for protection, but if you're using it for the wrong type of protection, is to not acknowledge the truth, you're deceiving yourself. That's where the ego becomes toxic and unhealthy and negative. Okay? So this was my quick video for advice for some people out there that are going through this type of situation. Some scarps out there could be in your head, but this is advice to help you out your head, to get you back grounded, and to get you in tune with reality, not this past energy that's going on up here, all right? It's time to bring y'all out, to pull you out your mind, to put you into reality, all right? So some of y'all has been dealing with an individual like this from your past. I know I have. Don't be upset with them, Scorpio. You have to understand where they're coming from, because this intuitive message hit me out of nowhere. It's just like I said. Don't be upset with that individual. Just sit there and actually understand where they're coming from. Put yourself in their situation. I know it's hard to acknowledge, because of Scorpio, you are a fixed sign. You know what you bring to the table. But at the same time, it's like if you was to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and actually acknowledge what these people could be possibly going through up in the mind, you will start seeing it from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? So, there y'all go. But anyway, Scarp, this was just a quick message for y'all to help y'all out. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you want to leave a donation, I'm going to have a link in the description box below. That would be greatly appreciated. Just like I said, this is not going to be no card reading. This is going to be a based off intuition read. Okay, an intuition-based read. All right? So y'all take it easy out there. Much love to y'all. Stay strong and remember what I said. This could be your best friend or this could be your worst enemy. When you become connected within yourself, you would then start seeing the truth. Peace out.